Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday night stream. Monday night being very similar to Sunday night in this case, but with the slightly less sense of ennui and misery that it's the end of the weekend, and the slightly more upbeat feeling that the weekend is nearer than it was yesterday. Well, next weekend anyway. Last weekend is further away, if you see what I mean. Possibly. So anyway, tonight we're going to be playing again some Nier Replicant. Not very much. I've actually managed to sort the colour balance out on it, I think. So apologies for anybody who watched yesterday who may have thought, blimey, that looks a bit grey. And indeed it did. I'm not quite sure what was going on. Something either to do with cabling or something to do with RGB colour spaces, or a million and one other things that I don't quite understand. Whatever the reason is, it's hopefully sorted now, and the colours should, if not pop out of the screen, then sort of creep out a little bit and trick you on the nose. So we'll be playing that in a minute, and then after around about half an hour or so of that, we will be going back into Batman Arkham Asylum and see if we can get a bit further in that. But without much further ado, let us swap over to Nier Replicant. And those of you who joined us last night might remember that we ended up in the Airy, the very depressing looking village that we're here now at, and we're on the trail of a piece of the Pentagon thing that's going to allow us to get into the Shadow Lord's castle. So we need to go and see the chief, who is in that gold house up at the top there, very inconveniently situated for where we are. This whole village is, well, put it this way, if you were the architect of this, I would seriously reconsider your calling, because this is an awful place to get around, with some giant ladders which don't seem to lead, which don't seem to be very sustainable. I mean, it's not very accessibility compliant, is it? Let's put it that way. We can have a talk to the people in the village. I mean, they don't say much. That's about as cheery as it gets. So the background to this is that we've had a letter from ostensibly the village chief to come and visit the village. They've opened the village up, they've opened shops, and we can go shopping in the shops if we want to. And we're going to see the chief of the village. See is a slight misterm, as we don't actually see anybody from these huts. Yeah, and Grimoire Vass is right about that. So, the chief did not write the letter, so who did? Well, we'll find out in a minute. Basically have to wander back to where we were before. don't know why I've just unlocked that. Oh, I don't know why I've just unlocked that tutorial, because I thought I'd unlocked most of the tutorials. I'm intrigued now as to what I've just unlocked. Collecting materials new. Items found in the field respawn when you change maps on it. Well, I'm on my 3rd playthrough here and I know that. Why is it telling me that now? Oh, I'm sure it has good reasons. Right, so we've got to go back to... Oh, sorry, no, we haven't. We've got to go over here. No, normally you can make this jump. There we go. And we need to go over here to... I was going to call it the village square, but it isn't really. This is essentially now a shop. You can talk to these people. Some of the weapons are available here if you haven't got them earlier on in the game. But we've got them all, other than the last one that we need. We're going to talk to this chap. One thing that's good about this game is that all the gods look exactly the same. They all... I think I can zoom in at the moment, but they all look like this beady man here. Every single one of them. Which either means they're all related, or in order to be a god in the world of Nier, the post-apocalyptic misery world of Nier, you've got to look like this white guy with a kind of weird goatee beard thing going on. So it doesn't take a genius or someone with an immense sense of foresight to realise something bad is about to happen. And generally, when people start speaking with no spaces in games, that's bad. So as I say, something bad happens here. Oh, get out of my way. Back up the convenient ladder. Probably should. For anyone keeping count, that's twice in the last kind of couple of hours of gameplay that kind of basically got half killed. You were the cursed ones, you were the ones who should die, it's saying at the start. I'm going the wrong way. We have to go back and rescue Kaine, I think. I couldn't quite remember what we had to do at this bit. Now notice the big black swirly thing over there. Kaine knocked out again. Nothing good. So this chap would have been quite tough first time round, but all it takes is a few whacks of the old magic darts at this level. But now we're going to get another boss. Our village, our world, where am I? Who am I? I haven't quite worked out what this thing is yet. I don't know whether it'll reveal it in this playthrough. Change magic. So we can't really hurt it until we can hit its eye thing there that we saw before. So basically just have to avoid these great balls. But no, you just have to make sure it's not shielded at the time. I'm just going to whack that. So we now have to go wander off to... You'll be alright, don't worry. We have to go wander off to another bit of the village. Oh, right, I have to go up. I can never quite... I couldn't remember this last time as to which bit of the village I had to go to. So we'll just carry up another ladder. Hope you like ladders, because there's a lot of ladders in this bit of the game. I have to go over to here now. I think this is the final stage of this boss fight. He's not going to cope with too much more punishment. Because and that's that done. Emil goes a bit nuts at this point. They all do a lot of screaming. Oh, okay, I don't remember this bit. Do I? Maybe I do. Oh yeah, I do. I didn't remember there being a loading screen there. You'd see a mention of red eye in that loading screen there. It is a dream of a beast, a record of tragedy, an indelible sin. Enter Emil's memory. No. We saw this in the second playthrough, and it is basically just a little text about Emil and his life before we rescued him. He's a bit sad now, basically because he went nuts and destroyed the whole village. So there's not much left of the village now. It's been wiped out. It wasn't a very nice village anyway, so it's fine. Let's not overly worry about that. So we got the sacrifice key fragment now. Yeah, there's not much point staying around there in the ashes of the village. So yeah, what was the village now, you can see, is basically this giant empty crater. Oh well, let's say it wasn't a particularly nice village anyway, so. Let's go back to the village. We got another thing we have to do in the junk heap before we can progress with the desert stuff. And there's a fair bit more we actually have to do. We got desert stuff, we've got the boat thing. The boat bit's quite good, but is a little long. There might be something. I don't think we're going to do that tonight. We may go to the desert, and sorry, not to the desert, to the junk heap, and see if we can do that bit. I don't recall that taking too long. Oh, bugger off, you little turd. So we wander over to the post box, just save the game again, and then we'll check our mailbox to see whether we've got a letter, and I reckon we probably will have done. Told you so. Dear Octavius, this is to inform you that the upgrade work on your weapon has been completed. The weapon is ready and available for pickup at your earliest convenience. I also have a more personal request to make of you, one I hope we can discuss further once you pick up the weapon. Yours, Tubeless Weaponry. Yep, let's go back to the junk heap. Even. It's obvious really that this game has in some ways aged rather poorly. There's a lot of, mind you, in fairness, it was like this when it first came out. There's a lot of backtracking You can see here that I've got to go now back across here. I don't. You can fast travel a little bit of it, but it doesn't actually get me very far. The fast travel will only take me about halfway towards where we need to go. And, you know, by doing that, we miss out on the whole mass mood of these little bad guy dudes. So the fast travel will sort of take us basically to the other side of this cliff that's on the left here. So, you know, you cut out about 30 seconds, if that. Barely worth it. So, say back to the junk heap. And we're going to have a chat with the crazed robot killing a child. Now, if you recall from last night, the shade is basically a child, and the robot, who the shade is called BP, is his best friend. And what we are gonna do is we're going to go and murder them. Because we don't actually, in fairness, realise this. You know, our main character isn't really a bad guy in the strictest sense of it, because he doesn't really realise that that's what he's doing. But regardless, that is what's happening. Sorry, just needed to grab a tissue there. Okay. So I think we have to go to the same place as we went before, but then take a slightly different direction to go into the depth of the junk heap, if memory serves. So we go back down to basement 2, which is where we were yesterday. And if you're wondering, I moaned yesterday about how you have to go through all these rooms and fight all these bad guys. And if you're asking if you have to do the same thing this time, the answer is yes, you do. This time as well, we have to go through a little essentially shoot 'em up section, which is interesting but annoying. In fact, we don't need the dog or neon. So yesterday we turned left at this point. Today we will go this way and we get into the old minecart. And let's go. This is where the shoot-up section comes in. This is quite an interesting little thing with this game, that, you know, the style of gameplay does have a tendency to sort of change every now and again. And we're essentially here on a kind of on-rail shooter, really. We've got these cannons firing at us. Cannons to the left and cannons to the right, to quote the poem. Not just cannons, but also flying robot things. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to make it through this bit without losing some health. Well, it probably is possible, but I've never managed it. Especially when you get into this bit where it basically goes a bit mental. Ouch. Go this way. Medicinal. So again, this isn't the big boss we have to fight. This is just a little mini one, who just happens to look like the other one. The big boss is very obvious when we get to him because he's bigger and more boss-like. So we are trying to get to the Junkie depth, as you can see on the left there. So we don't have to go all the way through this map. We're just going to go up and up there. What is in the other direction is basically just extra pickups and stuff, and some of the sub-quest stuff that's in the game is in there. And then we're going to get attacked by loads of flying dudes. There's no challenge at all, really, these ones. We can just hit them with magic. In fairness, these weren't much of a challenge when you're kind of at the level synced level either. They're not hard to kill, there's just a lot of them. So now we are in this big circular thing. We will be in a second once we go through this door. And we need to go up, up, up. Am I going through here? I think I am, aren't I? Yeah. Yes, I think I am. I have to go up through here, and then there's I think there's a hole in the floor I have to fall through at one point. Yes. Yeah, hole in the floor, and there's a save point here. Well, we do, because, as I've said before, this is my third playthrough. Before we do that, we shall just save our game. And here's BP. So you get to read some of the conversation that's going on between BP and Camille, the child shade who's basically controlling him. So Camille's pleading with the robot to sort of not keep fighting. The robot doesn't listen. Camille is kind of crying that he doesn't want to be without the robot, who's his best friend. This, like the other, is a multi-stage boss fight. We've just got into stage 2. Questions about the aerodynamism of this model here can be directed to the same person, I imagine, who architected the area. Apologies for that. Yeah, but he's also going to get the shit kicked out of it in 5 seconds, so... Now, so the robot is trying to let his little friend escape. BP's my best friend in the whole world. Stop hurting him. Unfortunately, BP is Not long for this world now. Now if there's his little shade friend. Who, as we know, is just a child, which makes this bit quite a bit grim, really, given what we've just done. So long, BP. You had a good run there. R.I.P. BP. I'm killing him. BP, I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. I wanted to be with you forever. Exactly, K-pop. And if we wanted to, we could stay here and watch this kid basically beat up beat up that machine for a long time. So yes, he's a bit mad. And echoes there with the main character's kind of hatred of the shades as well, which is makes it a bit interesting. And so we got ourselves another key fragment, Laura Robotics. They also wear more clothes. So we're now going to make our way back to the village. I think we're gonna take the old boar as well, just to get us there a bit quicker. I always manage to hit the wall whenever I do that. So, we're about to come up to the point in this game where we need to go and do a pretty long bit in the village near the sea. So I think we are going to pause our playthrough of Nier Replicant there, and what we're going to do in a minute is we are going to go back to Batman Arkham Asylum, see if we can get a little bit further in that. But just before that, I'm going to take a very short break, and I will be back in about a minute. See you in a second. And we are back. Time to play some Batman Arkham Asylum. If anybody can remember where we actually got up to last time, I'd be most appreciated, because I can't remember. Just switch over and hopefully We should get the stream being picked up, the game being picked up in a sec. Okay. I'm going to continue the story mode. So we're on the we're looking for this doctor. Neither are you. So we've those suicide collars are basically things that when you knock one of the henchmen out with it, the other henchmen nearby know where you are, so you can sort of come in and, well, attempt to like kill you, I guess. Just trying to see if there's anything. I don't think there's anything particularly in these rooms it's really bothering with. Records office, where they do the records. So we have got ourselves 5, I think now. Oh, I missed my chance to get that one then. Indeed. So the Joker will sort of point out to his henchmen where you've got one of them. Because you can kind of see here, I think they got the collars on. Well, Batman knocked him out. Just got the 2 of them left. The guards' reactions when you attack, when they find out that one of them's gone, are great, because they do proper panic. It's a great sort of power fulfillment thing, this. I'm lucky you didn't see me, to be honest, but never mind. And he's gone to. That's a pretty good predator encounter, that one. I don't think I just about managed not to get seen at all. So now we need to go and rescue Cash. Yeah, I'm on it, honestly. Some patience, man. Two things I've noticed then. Batman in this game has a great chin. And Aaron Cash has a terrible nose. I think we had a Riddler challenge in here. And our records show that a strange transfer request. Thank you, Riddler. Yeah, so that'll be something about Hugo Strange. I need to try and work out exactly where that is. There'll be something pretty obvious somewhere in one of the rooms, I would imagine. Batman will just run up and down at random for a while until he manages to find it. How do I get in there? I always forget that B doesn't drop you down. Oh. I'm not sure how I get in there. There must be a way. There must be a way into the room. I don't know. And there was an interview tape in there as well. There must be a way to get in these rooms. Am I missing something obvious? That is the question. Probably is the answer. Let's see if we can get through there. I don't know, but oh, hey there, Demon Slayer. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're a fan of Batman. And a fan of watching me run around aimlessly trying to find the exit. Because my sense of direction is terrible. Did Amadeus go mad, or was he just dizzy? Is the riddle in here? Oh, did I play all the games? I did, yes. I've played. I think I played them all at least twice, with the exception of Arkham Origins Blackgate, the Metroid 2.5D Metroidvania type one, which I think I've only played the once on the Vita when it came out. But I love all of these games. Brilliant series. Arkham City probably my favourite, although I do have a soft spot for Arkham Knight. This one, I think, actually is my least favourite. I know some people think this is the best one. To me, I just prefer the open world nature of the other ones. But still very good. I mean, they're all great games. So we got ourselves a bio here of Amadeus Arkham. It says Amadeus Arkham founded the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane, named after his mother, whom he euthanized as treatment for her dementia. Oh, what a nice guy. Building it on the old ground of his family's historic mansion on the outskirts of Gotham, Amadeus personally treated its first patient, Martin Mad Dog Hawkins, who had killed Amadeus' wife and daughter. After administering fatal electroshock treatments to Hawkins, Amadeus lost all grip on his sanity and was admitted to his own institution. Well, that'll teach him, won't it? And this would have been his cell. With the wheelchair still spinning, and that's not spooky at all. Quite exactly what he was writing on these walls here is anybody's guess. A lot of books though, and a photograph of I don't know, but he's got some good nostrils, whoever he is. Great pair of nostrils on him there. Oh, thank you very much for the follow there. Much appreciated. Right, how did I get in here? Through that vent. Guess. Try and go through here. Another riddle in here. It'll be a cold day in hell when this ghoul rises again. I do have to think that Riddler could have made his clues a bit more cryptic. At least he hasn't left a billion Riddler trophies lying around like he does in the later games. We're going to kick this guy who's got the gun, and then we are going in. Beat up his friends. You're really telling me, though, that there's no way Batman, with all these gadgets here and his fists of steel, can't just, like, smash through the glass? I mean, even if it's toughened glass. I would have thought. So Raj Al Ghul, we can find his foot over here. I remember this one. It's just his foot. You don't get to see any more of him in this game. Little is known of the early years of the nearly immortal Ra's al Ghul, whose name means the demon's head, which is a sad indictment in his haircut there. But it is known that he has lived for many centuries due to Lazarus pits, mystical and alchemical brews that restore his youth. A brilliant master of strategy and organisation, Ra's al Ghul's goal is to save the Earth from ecological devastation by destroying most of its population. He recognises Batman as both a worthy foe and a possible ally, except that Batman cannot accept his dystopic worldview. Batman also shares a love-hate relationship with Raz's daughter, the beautiful Talia, who is not appearing in this game. And indeed, I believe the foot is the sum total of all we get to see of Ra's in this game. He makes a much more important appearance in Arkham City. See if we can work out. Okay, so pull down. Conveniently placed vent there. Not that way. I've said it before. I do think it's very useful and lucky that all the vents are Batman size. I'm actually playing at the moment. This is on PC. Originally played this on PS3 when it first came out, and then I replayed the Arkham, what's it called? Return to Arkham on the PlayStation 4. But this is the PC version. Although I am playing it with an Xbox controller, hence the button prompts. To set up a crime scene. Okay. I'm expecting something to be pretty obvious, but it must be the safe, mustn't it? I must be being an idiot here, and yes, of course it's a safe I have to scan in. So we get her fingerprints off the safe, or someone's fingerprints. Yeah, but you got to feel sorry for those kittens, though, because presumably when that bomb goes off, those kittens are going everywhere. Meow. Why we can't open the door from this side, but never mind. So we got to follow the fingerprints. And we'll go back through the vent. I actually thought he was already gone, but well, unfortunately, all very non-lethal. He's ended up in a very unfortunate position. Never mind. That was an interview tape here. Scarecrow there. We'll get another Scarecrow encounter in a bit. I can't remember exactly when. So we're still following these fingerprints. More of the bloody teeth thing. I know I don't have to hit those, but they just annoy me so much. Okay. There's a trail in there. Oh, no. We go through here. No, it's alright. You can just get beaten up, it's fine. What does the bird need in the rain? Sounds another riddle here. Presumably a reference to the penguin. I'd imagine in one of these display cameras we'll probably find an umbrella. Oh, here we go. The penguin, I love this, incidentally, I love the artwork of the penguin here. Penguin, one of Batman's oldest foes, is an eccentric criminal mastermind known as much for his love of ornithology and trick umbrellas as for his shady business dealings. Gotham's popular Iceberg Lounge serves as Cobblepot's front for a number of illegal financial activities that fund much of the city's underworld. Despite his short stature, the penguin is a wily foe whose umbrellas conceal a variety of deadly weapons and gadgets. And he first appeared in Detective Comics number 58 in December 1941. And for people of my age, will always be quintessentially a Burgess Meredith in the 1960s Batman series. So the game is telling us we can do a corner cover, which allows us to throw a batarang around and very comically knock that guy over. Don't mind me. we've got ourselves an upgrade, so we can upgrade this to the Sonic Batarang, which is used for attracting henchmen in Predator encounters. I think we might go for our special combo takedown. Yeah, sounds easy. I'm sure that's not a trick at all. Oh, there's another one of these Joker teeth. So I will just stroll downstairs. So I need to work out how to get up there. Kind of. Oh, I need to work out quickly what way to go. Go through here. But basically, I've got to get that. Chandelier. I assume there actually is a time limit on this. Where did she hide them? Well, that sounds like the kind of thing we might want to find out, to quote the 1960s series, same bat time, same bat channel next time. I think we will leave it there. Time for me to head off. Just want to say thank you very much for joining. Hope you enjoyed seeing Nier Replicant in full colour and Batman Arkham Asylum. I will be back, being well, on Thursday night with Wednesday night with another stream. And until then, I shall wish you a good week. Take care, everyone. Bye.